Welcome to Emma's Cake House. My name is Emma and today it is all about bringing back the fairy cake. Today we are going to make some green tea drizzle fairy cakes with a lime marmalade buttercream and dark chocolate rose leaves. So we're going to start off today, and I've got 100 grams of unsalted butter and 100 grams of caster sugar in this bowl, 100 grams of self-raising flour with a teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 medium free-range organic eggs, which make a lovely yellow colour in the cakes. So we're just going to put all the ingredients into the bowl. You can soften the butter and the sugar a little bit to blend it to begin with, just to get it started. And then we're going to add the flour and the baking powder and 2 eggs. And I'm just going to blend these very quickly all together. I find using a piping bag to fill the fairy cases the easiest way. So we're just going to snip the end from the piping bag, and I've got my pretty cases here, and I'm just going to fill each case about halfway full. And then you need to pop these into an oven at 160 degrees fan for about 10 to 12 minutes until they are golden brown. While your fairy cakes are in the oven, we need to make the drizzle that will go onto your cakes. It's time to put the kettle on, and we're going to make some green tea, strong green tea with 3 tea bags using 100 millilitres of water, which I have here. So if we put 60 grams of caster sugar into the saucepan and your green tea, and then bring it to the boil until the syrup becomes nice and thick and the sugar has dissolved, and then it's ready when your cakes come out of the oven. So when your fairy cakes have come out of the oven, they'll be nice and warm, and we're going to syrup the cakes at that point. So you take a cocktail stick and prick your cakes, or you could use a skewer. Prick them on the top. And then we're going to take our syrup, and I use a pastry brush here. Whilst the cakes are still warm, soak the top of your cakes with your syrup. This allows the syrup to go down through the cake and make them nice and moist, and to add the flavour. Then you need to allow your cakes to cool, and then they'll be ready for your buttercream. I'm now going to show you how to make a really quick and effective decoration for your gorgeous little fairy cakes. We're going to make some dark chocolate leaves, just like this. They're so quick and simple to make. We've got some dark chocolate here, at least 70% cocoa solids, and that will give it a lovely dark flavour, deep flavour. We've got 55 grams of glucose syrup, which you can get just from a supermarket, and we need to heat them both, either in a microwave or in a bain-marie, it's up to you. So I've melted my dark chocolate and my glucose syrup to approximately the same temperature, which is the key thing here. The traditional way of making chocolate plastique would be to make it in this way and to leave it in a plastic bag or wrapped in cling film overnight to firm up. Then the next day you could roll it out and make your decorations. But we haven't got that much time, and we want to get our little fairy cakes decorated. So I'm just going to tip the glucose syrup into the melted chocolate and mix them together, and you will see the chocolate change consistency till it comes away from the side of the bowl. This just takes a couple of minutes. You can see it's changing consistency here, and when it's well mixed, we're just going to spread it onto some parchment paper and pop it in the fridge for about 15 minutes to firm up. lovely thick glossy chocolate. Just take my palette knife and spread it. This saves you rolling it out. I'm just going to spread it. Spread it out till it's about the thickness that you want. And you can see it's fairly easy to do this. Doesn't take very long. And I'm just going to pop this in the fridge now for about 15 minutes. So I've just been to the fridge and got my chocolate out, and I'm quite excited because you can see after 15 minutes it's gone quite hard. And I've just tested a little area here with my heart, and you can see it's ready to make your decorations. So I've just got some lovely leaf cutters, and I'm going to push them into the chocolate plastique, and you should be able to lift the chocolate and there's your leaf ready to put on your fairy cake. We're now ready to decorate our fairy cakes. So our fairy cakes have cooled down, and I've got some lovely buttercream here that I've made with 150 grams of unsalted butter and 300 grams of icing sugar. And I've just put it into a food processor, or you can do it with a blender and blended it until smooth. I've also put a couple of tablespoons of your favourite lime marmalade, and it gives it this wonderful creamy feel and a nice limey hue to it. So I'm just going to put the buttercream into a I need to first of all put my nozzle in.
You do?
I'm sorry, Ali. We're going to snip the end off of your disposable piping bag and insert the nozzle. Today I'm using a Wilton 1M, which is going to pipe some nice roses onto our fairy cakes. Just push it down into the end of the bag so it's nice and secure. Then we can put our buttercream in. Now, I was thinking if you wanted a filling for your cupcake, your fairy cake, you could put a little teaspoon of your jam in on the fairy cake. Push your buttercream down into your piping bag and make it nice and tight so there are no air bubbles. Then we're going to start in the middle of your cake and pipe round, and you have a little rose decoration onto your fairy cake, and you can finish that with your one of your chocolate leaves, and it looks absolutely lovely. So you start in the middle and pipe your roses onto your fairy cakes. Don't they look lovely?
Really lovely.
I love the greeny hue that this lime buttercream has, and it tastes wonderful with the dark chocolate as well. And there are your lovely fairy cakes.